3,500 plus Christians massacred in Nigeria. Barbies and families killed for their faith 2026. Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something that is heavy, what's really happening to Christians all around the world right now. Not the culture war stuff you see online every day, but the raw, documented reality of persecution, arrests, beatings, church burnings, kidnappings, and yes, murders, including attacks on families with little Barbies and children. This isn't ancient history. This is 2025 and 2026. According to groups that track this closely like Open Doors, more than 388 million Christians face high levels of persecution and discrimination for their faith. That's 1 in 7 believers worldwide. In the top 50 countries on their World Watch list, the numbers are even worse. Let's walk through this together, region by region, story by story. I'll tell you what's happening, who's doing it, and why it matters. We have to start in sub-Saharan Africa, because that's where the violence is the most brutal right now. Nigeria, the deadliest place on earth for Christians. Nigeria is ground zero. This is Africa's most populous country, and for Christians, especially in the North and Middle Belt, it's become a nightmare. In 2025 alone, over 3,500 Christians were killed for their faith. Some estimates go as high as 7,000. That's more than anywhere else in the world combined. Picture this: you're a Christian farmer in Plateau State or Benue State. Your family tends crops, attends a small church, sings hymns, reads Bible stories to the kids at night. Then one night, armed Fulani militants or Boko Haram fighters sweep in. Gunshots rip through the darkness. Homes are set on fire. People are hacked with machetes. In one weekend attack earlier this year, at least 25 Christians were killed, including a 2-month-old baby. Gunmen raided villages, shot farmers in their fields, and attacked sleeping families. Pastors are special targets. One outspoken pastor, Ezekiel Dachomo, lost 9 members of his extended family in a raid. The attackers were looking for him. They left a threatening letter saying he was next. Churches get burned. Villages are wiped out. Young girls are abducted, sometimes forced to convert to Islam or married off to militants. Why? It's a toxic mix. Radical Islamist ideology that views Christians as infidels. Ethnic tensions between mostly Muslim herders and Christian farmers over land, and a government that's often slow or unable to protect its people. 12 northern states run on Sharia law, treating Christians as second class. The US House recently passed strong measures that could cut all American aid to Nigeria until they do more to stop the slaughter. That's how bad it is. But the suffering isn't just numbers. Survivors talk about hiding in bushes while hearing their neighbors scream. Widows left to raise children alone. Orphaned kids who watched their parents die for refusing to deny Jesus. Democratic Republic of Congo, ISIS-linked massacres. Move east to the Democratic Republic of Congo, especially North Kivu province. Here, the Allied Democratic Forces, a jihadist group linked to ISIS, is terrorizing Christian communities. Just recently, they attacked during a Christian funeral in the village of Ntoyo. Over 100 people killed in one massacre. Men, women, and children cut down with machetes while mourning. In another raid, a church elder and worship leader were among those murdered. Homes burned. Entire communities displaced into the jungle. These aren't random. ADF targets churches and Christian gatherings on purpose. They want to drive Christians out and impose Islamist control. In one period, dozens were killed in multiple village attacks. Ebola outbreaks make it even harder for help to reach people. Pastors shelter survivors in their homes, knowing they could be next. Other African hotspots. This pattern repeats across the continent. In Sudan, Christians face violence amid civil war and Islamist pressures. In Somalia, simply being Christian can get you killed. Believers meet in secret, constantly on the run. Central African Republic sees priests murdered after baptisms. Ethiopia has cases of converts from Muslim backgrounds receiving death threats. Across sub-Saharan Africa, over 300 million Christians live in places where faith costs something real. Militants, mobs, and sometimes governments make daily life dangerous. Now let's cross to Asia, where persecution often looks different less mass killings in some places, more systemic crushing by the state or mobs. Pakistan, kidnappings and forced conversions. In Pakistan, the nightmare for Christian and Hindu minorities is often about young girls. Christian families live in fear. Reports document hundreds of cases where underage Christian girls are kidnapped, forcibly converted to Islam, and married to Muslim men, often much older. One recent report tracked over 200 alleged cases between 2019 and 2026. Most victims under 18. The girls are pressured, threatened, or drugged. Courts sometimes side with the abductors because of blasphemy laws that can be weaponized against Christians. A mob can accuse someone of insulting Islam and destroy their neighborhood. Churches get attacked. Believers face bonded labor and discrimination. India, rising Hindu nationalism. In India, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Hindu nationalist groups have grown bolder. Christians are a small minority, but attacks are increasing. Church burnings, pastors beaten, false cases filed. In some states, anti-conversion laws make sharing faith risky. Tribal areas see pressure to return to traditional religions. Mob violence breaks out after rumors spread. China and North Korea, the surveillance states. China's Communist Party wants total control. Churches are torn down or forced to join state-approved groups. Pastors are arrested. The social credit system and surveillance apps track believers. Underground house churches meet in secret. The goal is to make Christianity Chinese and loyal to the party or erase it. North Korea is even worse, often called the hardest place in the world to be Christian. The regime sees faith as a threat to the Kim family cult. Christians are sent to brutal labor camps. Entire families can disappear. Believers smuggle tiny Bibles, worship in whispers. Defection stories tell of executions and torture. Middle East and North Africa. In places like Iran, converting from Islam is apostasy, punishable by death. Christians meet in homes, facing raids. Syria's civil war chaos left churches destroyed and believers caught in the crossfire. In Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Somalia, and others, Christianity is basically illegal. You can be arrested for owning a Bible or meeting with other believers. Latin America and other regions. It's not just Muslim majority or communist countries. In Nicaragua, the Ortega regime harasses churches, detains priests, and tries to control sermons. In parts of Mexico and Colombia, cartels and criminal groups target pastors who speak out against violence or help the poor. Indigenous groups sometimes attack converts who leave traditional beliefs. In Bangladesh, after political upheaval, minorities including Christians faced attacks, churches bombed, priests assaulted. The global picture, why is this happening? So why now? Several forces collide. Radical Islamist extremism in Africa and parts of Asia wants to eliminate or subjugate Christians. Authoritarian governments, communist or nationalist, see independent faith as a threat to control. Ancient ethnic and land conflicts get religion poured on top. Social media spreads rumors that spark mob violence. Open Doors reports 4,849 Christians killed worldwide in their latest period, mostly in Africa. Millions more face discrimination, lost jobs, denied education, forced underground worship. Women and girls suffer sexual violence as a weapon. Children watch parents dragged away or killed. But here's what the numbers don't capture: the courage, pastors who keep preaching, mothers who teach Bible stories in hiding, young people who choose faith despite the cost, forgiveness poured out on killers, churches that rebuild with mud bricks and hope. Signs of hope and what we can do. Even in darkness, the church grows. In Iran, despite persecution, the underground church is one of the fastest growing in the world. In Nigeria, prayer movements like A Million Women are fasting and crying out to God for their nation. From the West, we can pray specifically for protection, for justice, for the persecutors. Support trusted groups like Open Doors, International Christian Concern, or Voice of the Martyrs that get help directly to people. Speak up, tell your leaders this matters. The recent US actions on Nigeria show pressure works. Learn the stories, share them. Don't let these brothers and sisters be forgotten. Friends, when one part of the body of Christ suffers, we all feel it. These aren't distant statistics. There are family in faith, kids who should be playing, parents who should be raising them in peace, instead facing terror because they follow Jesus. If this moved you, comment below with the country or story that hit hardest. Share this video. Let's keep these stories alive. In the end, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Thanks for watching.